Okay, and so here we are, just coming into Poitiers itself. So Ahedo's kind of a more modern, nothing much to see, but this is the old town. Very quiet at the moment, first week in April. No doubt, I'll just stand up to give you a bit of a view there. No doubt it will come to life as we get into summer. So yeah, there was quite a pretty town centre that we didn't really see from the road. They're up behind the main street on the left hand side, sort of the old town centre. Lots of nicky-nacky new shops and local food, local liquor, all those sorts of good things. And so now we're heading towards a place called Fuente D, something like that. Oh, there's a sign there, perfect. Again, apologies to any proper Spanish speakers for massacring your language, which everyone says is very spectacular up here, and actually we can see already why that's the case. I mean, look at that, bloomin' heck. And there's the cable car, 23 kilometres. So if you've got a bigger bike and are a bit unsure about some of the Nadri back roads I went on yesterday, and I didn't really catch them on the camera, but there were a couple of very, very steep hairpin bends on the small back roads, which I can see, particularly if you're not experienced or confident, could catch a rider out on a big bike in particular, where the weight might get away from you. But so if you're not keen on that, this is a beautiful bit of road. Absolutely beautiful. If anyone's wondering why I'm going too slowly, it's because the speed limit is, I think, only 60 on that road back there and 50 through the town, so that's kilometres an hour. So we're just doing the speed limit, enjoying the view and avoiding is that a goat? Yeah. Ooh, that's hard to tell actually. That's one of those sheepy goats, you know. I suspect that is a sheep that looks like a goat. A little mountain sheep, maybe. And here we go now. That's a bit quicker. Luckily, the forecast cloud hasn't come through yet here, so that is great. Just trying to catch this wall up ahead. It's fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful in the morning sunlight. Beautiful view and a beautiful bit of road. Okay, so at the end of the road, Fuente D, or however you say it. Look at this. Now, oh, there we go. So hopefully it'll be tiny. You might not be able to see it, especially if you're on a phone, but the cable car is just about just between those two treetops right in the middle there. Can you see it going up? And its station is up on the top there. Wow, that is fantastic. That will be a stunning view. Now, for those who think I'm completely mad, is that a sheep or is that a goat? I think that's a sheep, right? in my humble opinion. Answers on a postcard. Okay, hello again. Right, so that was fun today. Fantastic. Beautiful bit of road. So, yeah, really nice. I could actually see people riding up and down there repeatedly just for the sheer pleasure of the road. But anyway, so gone back through Potus and I've just refueled. So between yesterday and a little bit of today, that was 340 kilometres. And I put in 10.5 litres to top it back to where it was yesterday. So I'll at some point do the numbers out of interest, but I figure that's pretty economical. There's a little 500 cruising around at sort of 50 or 60 kilometres an hour average is an economic little beast. Right, anyway, so we're headed, we're headed north now, back out of Potes, and then I'm going to head off on my eastern loop, and we'll see what that brings. I just thought I'd turn the camera on a while, so I'm heading, as I said before, north out of Potes back towards the coast. This is the route that I came in off the ferry, but didn't take any film of it. And yeah, so it's just quite pleasant down here. Nice winding gorge, steep rocky sides, and a bit of a view of a nice mountain river. So I just thought I'd capture that. Look at this road, eh? This is the sort of road that the hardcore roadies really like, isn't it? Beautiful surface, sweeping bends. Okay, so where are we now? We've just turned off the main route that runs in from the coast up to Potes, and this is one of these wonderful little back roads, and that's quite a steep little hairpin. It won't look that steep on the camera. But yeah, I prefer to be on the 500 than a Honda Goldwing, be fair to say. I'm not saying a good rider couldn't do it, I'm not saying that at all. In fact, I'm sure they could. I'm just saying, it's just a lot easier on the sweet bike, isn't it? Anyway, so this is beautiful, isn't it? So did I say something before about this ride today being a bit flatter than yesterday? That's the perils of road maps, isn't it? They've got no real feeling for contour. This is an absolutely stunning little ride up here. Windy, narrow switchbacks, beautiful views. Grass is greener than it should be. Mountains glistening with snow. Look at that, mate. Market is paradise, isn't it? And interesting, you do find quite a lot of local people just walking on the roads like this. I guess they're the only paths, really, aren't they? In many places. Anywho, right, so I'm thinking this is probably a bus stop, but they've got a couple of nice little seats there, and actually the view's not too bad. So I'm going to name this Cafe Los Picos and stop for a little light lunch snack, which I have in my saddlebags. Bonza, what more could you wish for? Right, so that was lunch at Cafe Picos. I've just sent a photo of this to the family, saying that this mountainous area here reminds me very much of a film we watched as a family that we really love. It's a comedy. It's called La Gloire de ma Père. It's part of the life story of Marcel Pagnol, who's in France a famous film director. So it's about his childhood experiences and holidaying in a mountainous area, and it looks very much like that, and I'm blowed if I can remember the name. I'm sure there's plenty of you will know what it is. It's an area like that just north of Marseille in France, and I should know the name but I can't think of it. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, it's a wonderful film. It's a comedy. It's in French language, but it's still really, really good value. Love it. But yeah, it just intensely reminds me of the scenery in the film itself, which I think is set in the actual area that it's set, so to speak, if that makes sense. Okay, so heading back to Postus after sort of going north towards the coast and then up and over through the backcountry was absolutely beautiful. So this bit of road I've been coming down is the CA Charlie Alpha 281, and it's a beautiful, beautiful bit of road. For those of you on bigger bikes or who are into more progressive riding, which is not my thing, but it is a beautiful bit of road. Anyway, aside from that, probably turned on a bit too late. I don't know if you can see that pipe up there, but I see this pipe coming down the mountain. At a wild guess, got to be a hydro scheme by the looks of it. It's got all the looks about it. Not quite sure why there's so much water up there available, but down the bottom they've got the classic classic look of a little power station, lots of power lines coming out. So if there's a wee generator house down there, oh, there we go, so that's the pipe. Yeah, you see the power lines. Wild guess, but bound to be a little hydro scheme, which is good because it's nice and green, isn't it? Now looks like we're heading back into the mountains a bit. Have to pay attention where I'm going. Part of one of many reasons I don't ride progressively on these trips is I'm busy looking at the scenery, and I do not have the processing capacity to ride the bike progressively and look at the scenery. It's just going to end up really badly, isn't it? So as a result, I just dawdle along. Anywho, look at that. After yesterday, I didn't really know what this ride could offer that I hadn't already covered, but actually it's been absolutely stunning as well, and a bit different. And the weather has played ball nicely because the forecast cloud has not turned up. It's quite a bit warmer. Oh, and that's the big excitement. So I had to delay a little while ago. I didn't record stopping, but delayed. Oops, now I'm not in the right gear because I'm busy chatting. And here's exciting development for the day, actually for the year really. I have took the opportunity to change into UK summer gloves. Whew, how's that? Now, these are not hot weather gloves. For those of you who have proper hot weather gloves, I do have hot weather gloves. They are back in the UK for when I come another time and it's really hot. But these are British summer gloves, which means that they're reasonably warm for conditions like this. It's just so nice to have the tactility, I think, do they call it? Tactility? Is there such a word as that? Of lighter gloves on your hands. Wonderful. I really like having lighter gloves if you can. It's just that obviously you've got to have thick ones for a lot of the time for obvious reasons. Anyway, so terrifically exciting in my biker world is that I've got my summer gloves on. And I'm riding on a fantastic road in a beautiful part of the world. Oh, look at that, that's a dam. Wow. Wow. So So that answers the question, doesn't it? Where on earth are they getting the water supply halfway up the mountain there? Not, that's a pipe that's running all the way around and then down there. How interesting. Here we go. You learn something every day. Oh look, and can you see the spillway there into the side of the hills? That is astonishing. Do you see that? I'll just slow right down there. Up in that rock there's a bloomin' spillway carved into it. I have never seen that before. Coming from a country with a few good hydro schemes, I've seen a few things, but I've not seen that. That's beautiful. Right, I also have to concentrate on riding, or else we're going to finish up on the deck, aren't we? It is quite something. For reasons I can't explain, doesn't that just look like something out of a 1970s or 60s war movie? You know, what's the one where they go and try and destroy the heavy water plant in Norway? Anyway, it's me wandering off topic, isn't it? Right, so I'll just take care here. It's very quiet. But there'll be a mistake to make a big mistake and not see someone coming, wouldn't it? Right, wow. This bit of recording is going to be a lot longer than I would normally leave on a vlog, but given the unexpected beauty of this place, I will just keep the camera rolling and hope like heck it's recording. Okay, look at that. Oh god damn, it's giving me the creeps. I don't know about you. They just give you vertigo, or they give me vertigo, just looking at the blasted things. Oh, look at that. I don't know, I'm hoping the camera's picking this up, but that gives me the absolute heebie-jeebies. But that is interesting, right? Because that is not a hydro plant in there, and there's no generation station, no lines. These are just power for the systems, aren't they? How very interesting. Then they've piped it all the way out around there and then drop it down. Now, I have no idea where the camera is. It's probably right in front of one of these bars, but there is the lake. What a bonus. Nothing but the sound of running water. Right, now that I've bored you all to tears with my rabbiting on, although I'll let you, the bikers, salivate over that road that we just came up. For those of you in Britain thinking about the Picos, get yourself over here. Bloomin' heck. It's beautiful. So this is nice. It's one of the things you do see all over the place here, just out in the middle of nowhere, is little, I think normally quite old men with their stick and usually a dog, sometimes sitting by a road. When I stopped for lunch, there was a old chap with two dogs came past. I gave him a hola buenos dias and a nice smile, and he smiled and waved back and gave me a buenos dias. One of his dogs sat in the shade of my bike. Very nice. It is like something from times gone past, isn't it? Anyhow, Coming to the end of this vlog, I would think. But yeah, just at another viewpoint on the way back to Potus, so that's why that's that little statue, which I think is quite cool. It's just another nice view of the Picos. Right, well, you could of course take hours and hours more footage here of the riding, but on the grounds that there is such a thing as too much of a good thing, I'll do a little closing blurb here on the theory that this might be the end of the vlogs for this trip. Hopefully there's plenty in the can to put together a couple of interesting vlogs when I get back home again. Anyway, so this is Picos de Europa. I have to say it has been absolutely stunning, far beyond expectations. From what my expectations being built on what I'd seen in magazines and the internet. It's not their fault, it's just that they just don't capture the scale of it. And to be fair, in summer it'll be quite a different experience. I'm still fantastic, but the snow is definitely added to the alpine theme for sure. Anyway, so it's been absolutely fantastic. Like I say, hopefully I'll get enough footage out of with all the problems of the GoPro, or notwithstanding all the problems with the GoPro. And then onwards and upwards. The next thing will be where to next. I thought it was going to be hard to follow Scotland, but after this one I think we've got another problem of what do you do next. Anyway, we'll see. I'll give that some thought when I'm back in Blighty and I've got a bit more time. But for now, if you've watched however long these videos have been, thank you very much for persisting with my amateur movie making. I'm certainly very much enjoying the Picos. If it inspires anyone to get out there and do it, then that would be fantastic, because it's definitely an underrated destination. Alright, thanks everyone, ciao for now, and safe biking out there.